Hello, ¿cómo están? Bueno, vamos a empezar con las preguntas de las entrevistas de trabajo en inglés, ¿sí? Y voy a hacer un video por cada pregunta y para este video vamos a trabajar con esta pregunta, ¿sí? Can you tell me about yourself or tell me a little bit about yourself? Hay un error, pero están buenas estas preguntas. Me bajé otro grabador de pantalla que tiene otras funcionalidades, así que vamos a poder también hacer uso de este lapicito, de otras cosas, ¿sí? Bueno, vamos con esta pregunta. Entonces, tengo acá algo de material que estuve haciendo una investigación, me pareció de lo mejor que encontré, ¿sí? Acá dice, can you tell us about yourself? Summarize your work and study experience and talk about your goals. Acá me gusta porque como que habla de lo que estuviste haciendo, ¿no? Y también obviamente de tus objetivos a futuro que probablemente estén relacionados con este trabajo al que estás aplicando, ¿no? Entonces, acá también tenemos otros ejemplos, otros tips, ¿no? Y acá dice, tell me about yourself. This is one of the most common interview questions and it trips a lot of job seekers up because of how open-ended it is, no? So what it says here is that, well, maybe you are not really some people are like, they don't know what to say because this is a broad question, but remember that you have to keep this like professional. So here's what the best answers include and how to impress when the interviewer asks this question. So first, keep your answer work related when answering, tell me about yourself. Well, technically, they've left it open to include personal details. It's not what the typical interviewer is looking for. And to keep your answer clear and easy to understand, tell your story in chronological order. So this is important, chronological order. Walk them through your background, starting at how you began your career or your current line of work. If you're a recent graduate or entry-level candidate, you can discuss your academic work. This is important also if you don't have work experience in the field, you can discuss your academic work. Why did you choose this field of study? What projects have you done and what have you worked on? If you have prior work experience, walk the interviewer through your key accomplishments, key career moves you've made and why, and end by sharing what you're looking to do next in your career and why you are job hunting. Now, again, here we have our goals, right? This is also, I like, to find information on different websites because they're going to probably repeat some information, which is the most important. It's very important, right? So we have here do. So what to do? Focus on sharing your professional story only. So this is important. Your professional story, right? Keep your answer under 2 minutes in length. I would say 2 or 3 minutes. And walk them so it doesn't have to be too long. Walk them through how you got started in your career, key moves you've made, and then bring them up to speed on your current situation. So a little bit of the most important details about your career, right? So remember that this means professional career, ¿sí? Recuerden que cuando decimos carrera en español, en inglés no es, eso sería como program, ¿sí? Career en inglés es la carrera profesional, ¿no? De lo que trabajamos. Don't share personal details, talk for more than 2 minutes. So it doesn't have to be too long, that's important. And also don't share personal details, no. Remember that in English, we don't talk about, for example, age, right? So this is very common that because we learn to say our age is in English, we tend to talk about our age, but in English you don't want to mention your age because it's not important. And remember that we don't include that information in our resumes or CVs. If you've seen the videos about your CVs, no hay que hablar de la edad, no hay que hablar de nada tampoco de estado civil, ¿sí? Marital status, tampoco. Escribiendo acá en cursiva, tampoco, ¿sí? No creo que sea relevante, no, ¿sí? Pueden llegar a decir, bueno, maybe my husband, my wife is also a programmer, pero sí, hasta ahí nomás, ¿no? Digamos. Bueno, okay. Then we have also here more tips. So tell me about yourself. So here we don't have an example. Here we have an example. So, and this is an example. I started my career in marketing after graduating with a business degree in 2013. I've spent my entire career at Microsoft, receiving 2 promotions and 3 awards for outstanding performance. I'm looking to join a smaller company now and take on more leadership and project management. So here, I like this, like they are really like talking. This is brief, but they are mentioning the most important things, right? So they are talking here. We have that we know that they have a business degree. They started this year, and then they spent their career. Well, this is a company that they've been working at. They've got 2 promotions and 3 awards, and this is the goal. And looking, this is the goal. So this is the future, and it's connected to this job application. No, this is something that I like, that there is like a connection, right, between the past. Let's say that this is the present, and this is the future. ¿Sí? Bueno, entonces vamos con, estoy usando a full el lapicito. Ok, tell me about yourself. Acá tenemos también más otros tips y ya vamos con, bueno, most of interviews questions are open-ended and the interviewer is often as interested in how you answer over the specific details of the answer. In the case of this common question, they are looking to understand what you know and what you've done, particularly as it relates to the job you are interviewing for. They are not looking for your full life story. Again, you don't have to say everything. Now, this is something that I like, what you know. So your academic background and what you've done, your job experience, right? So your work experience, sorry. So this is something that I like, right? Knowledge and experience. So how to answer? Briefly share details about how you got to where you are today. Tie in those experiences to the skills you have that are relevant to the position. This is also important, of course, if you had different jobs, to talk about what is relevant to this position. Keep it brief. Be prepared with some more information if the interviewer asks you to elaborate on anything that you've mentioned. And during, for example, so example answers. During my time with Google, I branched out from copywriting and grew more passionate about social media. I developed most of my paid ad and social copywriting experience through live and training events where I ended up testing at the top of my class. So I like this meme here. And then finally, another website with tips. Tell me about yourself. This is one of the first questions that you're likely to be asked. Be prepared to talk about yourself and why you are an ideal candidate for the position. The interviewer wants to know why you are an excellent fit for the job. Try to answer questions about yourself without giving too much or too little personal information. You can start by sharing some of your personal interests and experiences. Now, here, I don't agree with this. So this is something that I wasn't going to include. I don't agree with personal interests and experiences that don't relate directly to work. I think that if you have 2 minutes to talk about yourself and your professional experience, you don't want to really waste that precious time. So here we have this video. Tell me with tips.
Tell me a little about yourself. Statement number 1 is tell me a little about yourself, or tell me a little bit about yourself. This is a very common interview introduction question, or the first question in an interview. Tell me about yourself is just an open question. Please share or basically introduce yourself. This usually means you should share what you studied in college, your work experience, any personal projects you've tried to do or have successfully done, other experience you think is relevant. So this is an invitation for you to give a general introduction about yourself. In an example sentence, well, I got my bachelor's degree in biochemistry.
So as you can see here, this is super brief. I would add more information, definitely, right? So, and then we have here an example.